What up, guys? Welcome to the CCC. I'm Shane.
I'm Dan.
And we're back for another episode of Wake and Bake Wednesday. This time we're calling it episode 36. And we got the same thing going on as usual. 7 questions, some good stuff to smoke on.
Yeah, we got a joint of this Eddie Lepp. It's actually Greenhouse from San Jose Organics. Just picked up a little gram of it to try it out in the joint, so see how that tastes.
I'm actually really stoked to be smoking on this right here. This is the OG Eddie Lepp, the same OG.
Yeah. From Boo Boo.
Yeah, this is from Boo Boo's Bubble. This actually took first place in the Emerald Cup that happened a couple of weeks ago, and that cup was pretty much a full melt connoisseur's cup from what I've heard. So it's been cool to see, be able to get my hands on a little sample of this. Something that did so well over there. I can see why.
We definitely missed out on that. Sorry we couldn't make it. Shit just came up.
Definitely gonna go next year. It'll definitely be some good footage. But I am really stoked that I was still able to try out a sample of this stuff. I actually picked it up at San Jose Organics. They had a real small drop of it, but I was stoked to be able to grab a gram. It's some Super Bomb. Also got a little bit of oil. Finishing off the Tremlific Romulan shatter. So,
it's pretty good stuff too.
Yeah, I was digging that stuff. It was that old school ROM flavor that I hadn't tried in a long time.
Yeah, but pretty much we're getting OG faced. OG in the joint, OG bubble, all from the same garden. So
this Eddie Lepp is super fun. I don't know what the story is with that OG, but it's definitely super bomb.
Yeah, straight Kush. It's more of that like fuely Kush. But yeah, we'll dive into the questions right here. The first one does not have a name. It says, do you guys really shoot these videos every Wednesday, or are these pre-recorded?
This is what, Friday night?
Friday night.
We're just next week's gonna be so crazy for us, especially like most of the time we don't have Wednesday mornings to shoot videos. So we'll shoot them on the closest day to that we have a morning usually. I don't even know when our next available morning is going to be to shoot a video, so we're shooting it now. And that's why sometimes, especially lately, you guys have seen a couple wake and bakes at night or whatever. We pretty much shoot any video whenever we can. Like I said, sometimes we shoot multiple videos in a day.
I would say when we started the show though, it was way more like every Wednesday. We actually woke up in the morning on Wednesday, and we still do, just not quite as frequently. I would say now it's probably 1 out of 4 is actually on a Wednesday morning or late Tuesday night after midnight, which is technically Wednesday morning. But when we started the show, wouldn't you say that we pretty much every Wednesday we dedicated to waking up and it was definitely much more of a ritual back then, which the Wake and Bake Wednesday ritual is really something that we pretty much do every day. Yeah, we just decide to film it once a week, whatever day that might be. We pretty much wake and bake every day.
But it was always a nice little thing to look forward to, on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then, but the challenge with that too is that, we got to shoot it and then I got to get it edited. And usually by the time we get all that done, the video is not going to get edited, uploaded. It's not going to be up till, at nighttime, 4 or 5 at the earliest.
So, it just gives us an advantage to pre-record them sometimes when we're crunched for time.
Especially now, there's a feature on YouTube. I don't know if it's something new that they just added or if they've always had this. But now when I go to upload a video, it gives me the option to schedule it to upload later.
Yeah.
So I can upload, shoot the full melt Friday, edit it, upload it on like a Wednesday or Thursday night, and set it to upload Friday morning, and it'll upload. The last 3 videos have all came out right at 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Because I've started using that feature. So now, pretty much, if there's going to be a Wake and Bake Wednesday, you'll know by 9 o'clock. You can log on at 9:30. If you don't see one, there probably isn't going to be one that day for whatever reason. Same thing with Full Melt Fridays. Other than that, we're trying to pretty much do every other day, do a video when we can, which we've been sticking to pretty solidly for the last month or so. But
that Eddie Lepp, it's the shit. But yeah, all right.
Taste. It's a trip. It's like we're smoking the bubble at the exact same time we're smoking the flower, and it's a really, really. I mean, obviously it's a similar taste. It's the same fucking thing, but
I would say the weed is
weed is a really
almost as tasty as the bubble.
Really clean, tasty shit too. You know.
Yeah.
We'll move on here. Edward Hoff wants to know: is it bad to smoke dark BHO? My buddy gave me some, and it seems to get me really baked. However, it is a really, really dark shatter, almost black, beer bottle consistency. Do you think it is safe to smoke?
Well, yeah. I feel like we've answered this before almost. Dark is not bad.
Yeah, I don't always go off color. I think I've definitely said this before. I go off smell. For me personally, if it smells good, generally when I smoke it, I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I've never had cherry pie oil, for instance, that is like ever. Yeah. I've always had dark, and it's some of the tastiest oils. So.
Super crazy flavor on that one, and it's always like super smooth, bomb, tasty oil. But yeah, it's like dark, and then the super sappy too. You know, some strains that I've got just seem to always be sappy like that, or just some flavors. A lot of Jacks are like that. You know. We really don't discriminate between color and consistency. No. I mean, generally, if you see some stuff that's bright yellow,
that means it's fresh.
Yeah, it wasn't made with some old shitty trim. Yeah. There's things that you can take away from something just by looking at it on consistency. But when it comes to oil and really just hash in general, you can't really judge a book by its cover. You know?
No. So yeah, it's definitely safe to smoke. At least from the description he gave us, you know. Now, if it's sparking on the nail, that's a whole nother story. But if it tastes good, gets you really high, and doesn't sizzle, you know, it's definitely safe.
If it's smooth, if it doesn't taste weird, and you know, obviously, if anything looks sketchy and you're suspect about it, I would just do the nail test first. Take a little piece, put it on a dabber, and touch it to the nail and see what happens. You know.
Yeah.
If it does anything crazy, you probably don't want to smoke it. But if it just melts away like normal oil, then you're
good to go, you know.
But yeah, I mean, same thing with bubble hash. I used to always discriminate against the really hard hash because I thought that it wasn't going to be super melty.
Yeah.
We got that crazy cookies a couple weeks ago that was like rock hard. You had to almost get it hot by the nails just to patty it up, and then it would melt away to nothing. You know, way meltier.
Kind of the same with this Abusive. When we got it, I got the last little bit of this River Rock Abusive OG by I want to say Heavy.
Trichome Heavy.
Trichome Heavy, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, it's
kind of medicated, but yeah, it came really hard, and now it's straight cake. So
yeah, that's a trip.
Yeah. Anyways, safe to smoke. You're good. Dark doesn't mean it's bad, pretty much.
Moving on here, question number 3. Do you guys prefer the big corporate style collectives like Harborside or the more mom and pop style dispensaries?
I don't know. It's a good question. It's kind of hard to answer.
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons for sure. If yeah, it's a hard question to answer.
There's certain things that I like about different dispensaries. I mean, I frequent a couple dispensaries that are the much larger. Like they said, maybe the more corporate style.
The prices tend to be higher at those ones.
Yeah, they generally do. And they generally don't know you by your first name. They don't know what you want. I was gonna say there's also some dispensaries that I go into that they just know me by my first name and they go, "Oh, I have this that you're gonna like," you know. And there's no substitute for that. I really like that feeling, you know, when you go into a dispensary. I went into a dispensary yesterday and I was like, oh man, I didn't get here quick enough to get any more of that Temple hash, but when you guys get some more, let me know. And he's like, I got you, you know? So that's obviously, you know, nice to have. But there's pros and cons for each setup.
If I had to pick one though, like if I had to, I'd probably go with the mom and pop. They're usually not gonna have as long a line. Like he said, they're gonna have that personal, oh my bad. You want some of this Abusive?
Sweet, yeah.
Or you can just use the other side and save that for me. Alright. But yeah.
Babysitting over there.
And you passed me the joint, I got sidetracked. But yeah, I'd probably pick the mom and pop just based on the you know, the personal level that they know you on, and the lower prices.
Oh, you know, we're from Santa Cruz, where it's like pretty much there's not a lot of corporate business. It's pretty much all small business. You know, no fucking Walmarts or anything. So we were kind of, or you know, I was always kind of, I guess, raised to appreciate small and support small business. So I get maybe that creeps into my preferences a little bit, even when it comes to weed clubs. But I think more than anything, I just go to whatever place I think is gonna have the best shit, the shit that I want. Yeah. If they got something I want, I'll fucking go there. If it's in the hood, if it's some little hole in the wall spot, I don't care. You know.
Yeah. Consistency.
We've driven stupid far to go get shit before.
Consistency is important too. If I know some place is always gonna have something I want, I'm gonna go there no matter how big it is.
Menu too. If you have a menu online with pictures, if I can see some shit before I get in my car and go, that's a big thing for me. Most of the places that I will get in my car and go to just to go there, they gotta have. I have to have seen pictures first. Otherwise, the only way I'm stopping by your club is if I'm already in the neighborhood and it's just right there. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Question number 4, again, does not have a name. It says, overall, do you think indicas or sativas are more common nowadays? I would definitely say sativas are getting more popular. There's only a very select few indicas, at least that, you know, make my plate to smoke, which would be like a OG, maybe like a perp, but I mean, you know, we don't smoke too much perp around here. There's just very limited indicas around, I feel like, you know.
I feel like, I kind of feel like there's more. There's
cookies, OG, and perp.
Back in the day, there used to be a lot more heady sativas and a lot of those like landrace strains where I felt like there were a lot more sativas and stuff. Anytime you talk to someone like Bob or someone who's just way older than us and they talk about all the throwback strains that they miss and stuff, it's usually these super crazy sativas and stuff. Yeah. Like, you know, in the 2000s it was all Perp and Bubba and Master and all that shit. All the big staple strains were always indicas, but at the same time Sour D's been going strong the whole time, which has always been more of a, you know, sativa dominant. OGs can go either way. I just feel Jack's a good. There aren't really any pure.
There's
sativas
a lot of hybrids.
Yeah, it's mainly all hybrids now. So yeah, I mean, that's a tough question to answer. I feel like you generally see more indica dominant hybrids in collectives. A lot of that has to do with the fact that they have indicas tend to have a lot more medicinal benefit. But I'm that's not to say that, like you said, there isn't a trend kind of or shift kind of going the other way with sativas becoming more popular. I think it has to do a lot with region too, where you're at. And they smoke a lot more sativas up in like Holland and shit than we do.
I'm just thinking there's like, you know, there's Tangy, Sour D, Jack. That are all pretty much sativa dominant, but pretty much hybrids take up most of the market these days.
Yeah.
That abusive just hit me in the face.
Yeah, that joint's starting to get pretty resonated. Next question is from Devin Keller. What kind of smoothie sounds good right now? Shit. I threw that one in there because it made me laugh the first time I read it, because I was just like reading through a shit ton of questions, and then they were all kind of, a lot of times you get tired of reading the same questions over and over and over and over, and that one was in there, and I was just like, alright. Kind of was a nice break in the action.
First thing that comes to mind is the smoothies my mom used to make. I don't know what they were. They're like banana, strawberry, cantaloupe.
She used to throw all kinds of shit in there.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the cantaloupe might have been the ingredient that kind of set that one off. Yeah. I don't think most people, I don't think that's a stock ingredient in most people's smoothie recipes, throwing in the cantaloupe. That's kind of next level heady shit, I think.
Yeah, that shit was bomb.
I'm more of a milkshake guy, man.
Oh, man.
You give me a chocolate peanut butter banana milkshake right now, I'll fucking do anything.
Anything. That shit's fire.
Oh my god, especially when there's like a lot of peanut butter and there's like little peanut butter flakes in that shit.
Just like that diner we go to, man.
It's so bomb. We go to like the same diner every weekend, and sometimes Saturday and Sunday, and get bomb ass breakfast.
The best milkshake.
With the best milkshake made exactly the way we like. Because we've been going there for like 6 months on the regular, and they're just like, all right.
Regular?
You know,
yep.
Yeah, put a little bit more peanut butter in it this time.
Yep.
You know, or whatever. Try out different things. We got the perfect concoction.
Yeah, that sounds really good right now.
Yeah,
I don't know about a
all I
smoothie.
can think about, dude. Fuck.
That sounds fire.
But smoothies are really good too. If I had to have a smoothie right now, I'd go with probably strawberry banana.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Anything sounds good right now. I got the munchies.
Yeah, this fucking joint just, I don't know what it did, but I got serious munchies.
So is Copper. I don't know if you guys have been hearing that chomping in the background of the video. I don't know if the music's too loud or what, but he's going ham on this bone.
Good Christmas bone.
And I got him a Christmas present. I just let him come out the room. I had a towel on the ground. Took it off. There's like 20 bones and treats there. That fool was going nuts for like 20 minutes. It was hilarious. Now he's been working on it, going at him like 2 bones a day or something.
Yeah, until it bleeds.
Yeah. That shit's funny. I'm baked.
Yeah, I'm really high.
We got 2 more questions here. This one's from Jonathan Aguilar. What is the healthiest way to smoke flowers?
Vaporizing.
Yeah, vaporizing is pretty much going to be the healthiest way to smoke anything because it's not actually smoke.
Yeah,
it's vapor.
It's vapor. Burns it at a lower temp, better flavor, better for you.
Much less irritating on the lungs.
Less tar, all that shit.
Yeah. Vapor, I definitely recommend vaporizing, especially if you haven't tried it, just for flavors. I know it sounds pretty hypocritical because you guys never see us vaporizing at all.
Yeah.
And that's just because we don't have one, but we need to get one.
Gotta get a volcano or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
Vaping if you're concerned about your health.
Probably gonna get one here and do that soon. Maybe we should go over some of the benefits of vaping because there definitely are a lot.
Yeah.
Flavor is another good one.
Last one.
Brandon Anderson wants to know: do you guys foresee yourselves ever quitting the videos?
I sure hope not. You never know. As of right now, no.
I mean,
eventually, like around 35 and still doing this videos, there's probably something wrong with me. But
I mean, if I got kids and stuff, and my kids are old enough to know, you know, I don't want to make that decision, smoke weed for my kids, you know. If they want to smoke weed, then that's going to be their thing once they're old enough, you know. At the same time, I don't want a fucking 10, 11, 12-year-old kid really
to smoke weed because his dad is like a fucking internet, you know, pothead or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't plan on having kids for a long time.
Yeah, at least 10 years.
Yeah. I'm going to be a late bloomer in that that department.
I'm going to be a fucking 60-year-old dad.
Going to high school graduation. Like, oh, we'd have kids till I was 40s.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. Life's...
You gotta get a solid foundation first.
Yeah, exactly. But as far as anytime soon, I don't foresee us quitting the videos for any reason.
I feel like we've made a strong resurge or whatever you call it.
We took a little break there for a good 6 months.
Yeah, it was needed.
After going hard for like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And we went through a little period where we didn't put out, you know, too many videos, but it was kind of nice because it gave us a chance to take a real solid break and not even really think about it for a while.
Yeah.
And now
just try and think of new content or just I feel like we present ourselves a little differently and better now, so.
Yeah, it's just it was definitely refreshing, you know. Now I feel now we actually get excited to do videos again, and we're actually able to come up with different ideas and want to go out and find content and stuff. So yeah. I don't see us we're not quitting videos anytime soon.
Purple Kush. That's all you need to know.
I'm high. He's high. I hope you guys are high. We're getting the fuck out of here. Wake and Make Wednesday. Peace.